Okay, so just a quick recap. We know that Wegener is saying that our continents move from one place to another as time goes on. We have Henry Hess saying that one of the reasons this happens is seafloor spreading and the creating of new oceanic crust at the bottom of our oceans. However, if I keep creating things and not destroying them, where's all my leftover crust from the beginning of time? Unfortunately, it does get recycled, and that recycling process of this older crust is called subduction. Subduction is going to happen at deep ocean trenches. So a little graph here, you might have heard of the Mariana Trench, which is the deepest part of our ocean we have. It is a subduction zone, meaning we are recycling that old rock back down into the mantle, and it's becoming that molten liquid underneath there, that molten fluid. And eventually it gets caught up in the convection currents and mixed around and then thrown back up at the mid-ocean ridges. And it's just a cycle as it keeps going. So subduction is the process by which the ocean floor sinks beneath a deep ocean trench and back into the mantle. Convection currents under the lithosphere push new crust formed at the ridge away from the ridge and is pushed out of the way by the new rock coming there until it gets to the other side of the ocean where it finds a trench, goes down into the trench and back into the mantle. So here in our little graphic we have our mid-ocean ridge. Right here it is spewing out new rock. That rock pushes old rock over until it reaches a trench. This trench then goes deep down into the ocean and we get a subduction zone. Because of the density of the basaltic oceanic crust that goes underneath our continent and back into our mantle, where it gets melted down and pushed into those convection currents again. Subduction and the Earth's ocean. Seafloor spreading can change the size and shape of the ocean floor because it is getting bigger and smaller depending on if you are subducting more than you are creating. So it takes about 2 million years to renew the ocean floor. So if we start now, 2 million years from now, every single piece of the ocean floor, give or take a couple of years obviously, will be different rock. And the rock we have now will be all under into the mantle being recycled back out. So with that keeping in mind, the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean are two major oceans in the world. The Pacific Ocean is actually shrinking due to the fact that it is subducting more than it is pushing out. This is because our subduction zones are pretty big off our coasts, and we're just taking more into the mantle than we are giving out of the mantle. On the other side, in the Atlantic Ocean is actually expanding. This is because we don't have those trenches on the sides of our Atlantic Ocean, so we don't have those subduction zones as well as in the Pacific. In this case, we're just going to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and it's not going to be turned back in, so therefore it expands. The continental crust is sitting on top of the oceanic crust, so the continents are then going to move with that.